Hi, this is Rich Palmer. Today is November 22nd, and this is today's daily thought titled, He Knows Me. Let's start with a word from the Lord. Today we're reading from Psalm 139, 13 through 17. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Who taught you how to breathe? Where did you learn to drink? Is there a book that explains how to move your arms, legs, or your head from side to side? What formula was used to create the inner eardrum to relay the calming voice of a mother to a child's brain? Nothing man has or could ever make compares to the beauty, the craftsmanship, or intricate details of God the Father's masterpiece of a newborn baby. On Saturday, November 20th at 9:45 p.m., my oldest daughter, Jamie, gave birth to my second granddaughter. Welcome to our family, Peyton May Dicker. She was 52 minutes old when I was privileged enough to hold her in my hands for the very first time. She was bundled tightly for warmth, swaddled for comfort as I brought her near to my chest and delicately cradled her form from the nook of my elbow to the palm of my hand. Closing my eyes, I praised God for the blessing of a new life in our family and for all the things that He had in store for this beautiful baby. As I spoke to this wonderful miracle from God, I could not help but reflect on what she had just experienced for the last 9 months. The intimacy of God's creative work and the experience and fellowship with God Almighty, one-on-one, filled me with so many questions for Peyton. In Jeremiah 1:5, Jeremiah reaches out to God. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Only 1 hour earlier, Peyton had been in the very presence of God the Father, held in His arms, hearing His voice and final instructions before birth. What had God told her before she breathed her first? What plan did He lay out for her life? And is it etched in her psyche somewhere? To think that I was holding in my hands a gift directly from God Himself was overwhelming. From that moment on, she will begin making decisions. The brain that had been filled with nothing other than what the Creator had placed there Himself was now absorbing millions of signals at one time, overflowing with data capture, sounds of voices, feelings and touch, chill of the air, the fear of light and dark, hunger, pain, comfort, tiredness, stress, and peace. Can you imagine the unbelievable amount of data that is captured every second by a new infant's brain? For months, everything that went into the creation of every cell, organ, bone, muscle of her perfect being was tuned and designed for life. The only thing being captured on the brain during those development weeks were from God directly. Peyton May will always know the sound of her father's voice, For in John 10:27, it says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." She cannot erase that from the creation of her being, and internally there will always be a longing to return to that intimacy that was once everything she knew. As more and more of the world's data fills her mind, the sound of his voice gets more and more faint, but never gone. Peyton will spend her days seeking that voice and trying to feel the desire to draw close once again. God is not going to move. He can't. For where would he go? God is. That's it. He just is. It is we as humans that move away from his voice from the moment we are born. The closeness to God is strictly based on choices, influences, and circumstances in our life story. My silent prayer for Peyton that night was to hold fast to everything she had learned for the last 9 months, and do not let this world steal his voice and the love from her soul. Live for him, and let everything you seek in this world build upon the desires he placed in your heart. Peyton May Dicker, welcome to our family. I love you more. Pops. Once again, this has been a reading from today's Daily Thoughts on a special day, the day that Peyton May Dicker was born. If you'd like a printout of this, you can go to www.10minutereader.com. Feel free to share this with your friends. I hope your day is blessed.